support. And then if anybody has any shares or anything that they want to that they're excited to talk about that happened to them this weekend, or anything powerful that they want to discuss, can you please go ahead? I know Kylie said she had something before, but if anybody else has anything, please feel free to unmute yourself and share your excitement or your win over the weekend with your team. Kylie, I think you're the only person that has something.
Oh, am I talking first?
Yeah, I don't think nobody else has anything.
Sean and I went to Denver this weekend and went to they actually call it like Activate Academy. But it was Sean's first event. And just a lot of things happened there in addition. It was our first VIP. So that was super exciting for us. Just like the environment walking into that STS was different, but it was really good in the same aspect. Usually, we're always the ones that are like, okay, looking for someone to go talk to, ask what they're doing. And it kind of switched roles. Like there was a lot of people that came up to us. They're like, you came all the way from North Dakota. Like, what are you guys doing differently to get to VIP or where you're at in World Team? So that was different for us, or especially for me. I wasn't really expecting that. But we kind of just talked about a few things on the way home. Our guest speaker was Freddie Zapata. He is an international mill team. He was a different speaker. It was definitely something I wasn't used to. He was really casual, just kind of laid back, very different. But he talked about foundation. I kind of made a post about that in our chat, that some people are put into a foundation that helps build the business faster, and some people aren't in that foundation to allow them to do that, which we need to, again, like stop comparing ourselves to others and how fast we're building the business. It comes down to a lot of the foundation. In addition to that, basically, like where you come from does not determine where you go. You know, I come from a family where poverty is not something that we had. I mean, it was, you worked for what you got. And so in order for me to be successful in Herbalife, like I can't let that stop me from where I want to go. And then another one was argue your limitations and they're yours. So if you're going to continue to tell yourself, oh, I'm busy, I got, you know, crazy kids at home, I wasn't able to stay on my nutrition plan because of this, or I wasn't able to get to the gym, then those are yours. Have that. Continue to make those limitations yours, and they're yours. So you're going to either make it easy for yourself or harder for yourself just by telling what you want. Do you want to go?
Yeah. So Kylie failed. Did you introduce us right now or not?
No.
Okay, so Kylie Bittner, Sean Skirkle. But she did at the event. She did a great job at the event. They had us up on stage and she was talking. And like my side of it was like I've only been taking the products for 3 months and just kind of learning as she started pushing and kind of went all in since October with this Herbalife and you know, trying to make the cuts and trying to help people out as we go forward. And 2 things that I got from it right away is that from Freddie, these are both from Freddie, is your business goes as you go. And that can be good or that can be bad. And he was talking about the 80% nutrition, 20% health, and how he kind of fell off. And when he wasn't, you know, using the products, when he wasn't training as much as maybe he should have been training, and his body kind of felt poor, and we've kind of all been there before, then his business was doing the same thing. But when he was actively making time and carving out time to be in the gym and carving out time to knock out the nutrition and do things, you know, as personal development, whatever it may be, his business was booming. So your business goes as you go. And the second thing is don't set yourself up for failure. And Kylie actually grabbed the mic again and like, you know, started talking about a book that we were reading and So she was all over the place with that. But to piggyback off of one of the guys there, he was like I think it was last year. Was it a year that he's gone? Where he set an alarm and he's got up every time he set the alarm. So don't set yourself up for failure right away in the morning. And one of us too is kind of guilty of this. I think Kylie more than me, but like if I'm not going to get up at 6:30, I'm not setting my alarm for 6:15. And if you're going to get up at 5, set your alarm for 5. Don't set it for 4:30 and set yourself up for failure and start the day off with failure. So that was something that I thought was pretty good. And my taking on it was your tongue is your rotor. So if you keep telling yourself you're not going to do something, or if you keep telling yourself you are going to do something, whatever you're telling your mind's probably going to listen to you. So those were the 2 big ones for me. And the last thing as far as the business plan was the 4-2-1, 4 new clients, 2 members, and 1 STS. So this is something that he tries to do once a month. And I can't remember exactly who we got this from.
Was
that Freddie? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So 4-2-1 is, 4 new clients a month, 2 members a month, and then 1 STS a month. So that's just something he kind of sets for himself to do. Of course, you can make it your own, but that's kind of what we gathered.
Yep. It was really good. Afterwards, we also got asked, Callie Carroll is her name. She actually hit Prez team the same time Super did. And she came up to us, which was like so weird, came up to us, introduced herself. She was the first person we walked into the event. Super welcoming, asked us who we were, told us about ourselves. Then after the event, came up to us as well and asked us to stay for the post-production party, wanted to get to know us more. Met with their whole team that they have there. Asked us to come back, asked us to be involved in the production team. So it's just a different feeling where normally we're the ones that usually reach out and like want to be a part of that, where they asked us to. So just felt super welcome there, kind of hit home a little bit. So it was a great event for both of us.
Thank you. I'm going to tell you one thing. You do more, you get more. You have an amazing month. People recognize it. They see you sitting in VIP. Not everybody. We may think that it's normal for people to do 5,000 volume points, 7,500 volume points, and 10K because we're a part of a monster organization that does it like it's nothing. But trust and believe that people outside of our organization, like, they celebrate doing 1,000 volume points. They celebrate doing, 1,500, and that's because that's all that they really are used to. So when you meet somebody who's in production, guess what? That's all we preach is to be in high production. So whenever you get around people who aren't so cultured like that, they want to know what you're doing. They want to know who you're learning from, and it's good to be around people like that. It's a good place for you guys to start. So I'm very excited for the potential that you all have to build out of there. Anybody else with anything that they want to share before we get this call cracking off? Going once, going twice. Sold to Papa Steve. All right, you guys. Welcome to another amazing, amazing Sunday. My name is Stephen Crawford. I've been a member for next month will be 3 years for me. And it's been the most, I don't even really know how to explain it at this point. It's been completely life-changing, the most amazing opportunity that I ever had in my life. And I'm just going to get right into it because today, I've really been looking at my notes from we had our success training seminar this past weekend. And every time that I'm in a meeting or I'm on a call, I'm listening differently now. Like I always tell you guys, before any call or any meeting, have an intention on what you want to hear, or unless, if you don't have any intention or of anything you want to take away from the call, or you don't have an intention on why you're getting on, you're not going to get anything from it. And I will tell you all, for a year, pretty much all of 2015, I had just been going to the success training seminars. Just been going because I was supposed to go. I wasn't really doing it hard invites. I was inviting people, but I really wasn't following up. And I would follow up with them like Friday night, and they'd be like, oh, they forgot about it or something like that. I was not really on the ball with invites and getting people to events, and it reflected in the business, and it reflected in every other aspect. So when I told myself this year, specifically when I started doing my personal development on a daily basis, just told myself to start showing up differently. And we always hear this: be the distributor you want your people to be the distributor you want your people to be. But have you ever really thought about it? Have you ever thought about your day-to-day actions, like things that you do on a day-to-day basis? Like, do you drink your shakes every day? Are you taking your tablets 2-3 times a day? Are you getting in on every call? Are you taking notes? Are you learning to teach? Are you actually actively doing these things that you're going to expect people to do? If you're kind of flip-floppy, some days you take your shake, some days you don't. Some days you take your tablet, some days you don't. Sometimes you have goals, and sometimes you just don't feel like doing anything. Understand your people are going to do half of what you do. So that means you have to go above and beyond to have that kind of member in your organization. And you have to consistently be that person. If I want my people to be branded, you can never, ever see me unbranded, ever. I got to have at least something on with Herbalife, no matter where I'm at, no matter where. At the club, I don't go out, church, wherever it is, the gym, I got to have something on. Because that you never know when where you're going to meet somebody. You never know when you're going to meet somebody. Hell, Celeste and Style met in the sauna at the gym. You never know where you're going to meet your next president's team member. But they just have to know that you're available. So you have to always treat, we're not just talking about, just showing up on call. We're talking about everything you do. Look back on your day-to-day and ask yourself, would I want my member to do what I did today? Would I want them to do what I did this past week? And then if you can honestly say yes, then okay, you're on your way to building an amazing organization. And if you say, I probably wouldn't want them doing some of the stuff that I was doing, you know why your business isn't growing. Because you have not yet became that person. And this is what I realized. The reason why business was stagnant in 2015 was because I had not elevated past my pen. And what I would tell you guys is this. We all are at either you're a member or all the way up to 2.5 Global Expansion Team. We all have our own perspective levels. And I'll tell you all this. This is probably the truest thing that I can tell you. Your income and your level in this business will always match your level of personal development. So if you're a personal development, if you can get lucky and get someone who's on fire and shoot up the marketing plan, and you have this like a get team pin, but your personal development level is like a supervisor or somebody just getting started, I guarantee you they're going to meet. Your income will drop. And that's what happened to me. I got the income of a 2.5 Global Expansion Team member very, very fast. But I didn't continue with my personal development. So guess what it did? My income went down to meet where I was at. So what I decided to do this year was plug in and intentionally show up. And when I say intentionally, that means when I go somewhere, I'm listening to actually to bring it to you guys. This is what I do. And we had a success training seminar with president's team member. He's actually a doctor. So he's press team part-time. So he does a business part-time. He's a press team member. And a full-time job as a doctor. It's kind of crazy. I've never heard of a part-time press team member. But oh well. It's crazy the lifestyle that he gets to live because his income as a doctor is almost the same as his press team. So that means he's getting paid. And he loves what he does. And he lives in a small country out there like Kylie in a small little cubbyhole city or something, So, he loves what he does. So, but he had a lot of information on building a business. And I'll tell you guys, to be completely honest, the only thing I really took from him specifically was his pieces on time management, which is I'll go over in a second. But the thing about it is if you all know, a lot of you know that I prep bodybuilders. I get them ready for shows, and shows are always on Saturdays. And however the stars were aligned this year, every single Saturday that there was a success training seminar, I have a bodybuilder in the show. January, what I did, I had a girl compete. No, I'm sorry, February, last month, I had a girl compete, and I actually left STS to go help her with her show. Guess what I missed? Who knows? I don't know. I wasn't there. I may have missed something that is something that I needed to give you all. So this past success training seminar, I FaceTimed my athlete at lunch. I got him ready. I went back in there because guess when I heard the most impactful things at the end of the STS that I would have not been there for? I heard some things. I was like, I got super turned up, and it was from Style Bell, and I'm gonna share that with you guys at the end. But again, I really feel this momentum shift of us really getting ready to do some pretty amazing things. So here I'm gonna share a few things with you all, and hopefully some of this lands with you and it helps you increase your business. Now, the one thing that I heard from stage probably 90 times, events. And I'll tell you guys this. I'm going to tell you black and white. This is as black and white as you're going to get. You can make money in Herbalife by yourself, but you will absolutely not build a business if you aren't building through events. You can take it to the bank that you won't have a team growing and developing themselves until you start growing through events. I can promise you that. Ask Kylie in Orlando when they start popping off. I'll wait. When they start having events and when they start getting people to events, oh, we got world team member 5Kers. We got people losing all this weight and getting excited and traveling all over. Now momentum is rolling because you're getting somebody else to a bigger picture. It's only so much that you can tell somebody. And if you're not, I had one of my second line members show up. She signed up the day before STS. Right? I was like, you have to go. She was trying to tell me she was going to go to Harry Potter land. That was her plan for the day and all this other stuff. I'm like, you can go after the success training seminar because there's nothing more important. If you want to capitalize on this investment that you actually are investing your time in and you put a little bit of money into it, why not go to the one place I'm telling you to go one time a month to actually learn how to capitalize on what you are already invested in? And she's like, yep, I'm going to go. She came an hour into the success training seminar. She's posting on Facebook. She's like, I had no idea it was like this. My commitment level is through the roof now. I can't believe what I'm seeing. All of this. I could never get her to convince her to believe it was really like it was. But guess who can? A room full of people who are turned up, high-fiving you like they've known you their entire life. Income testimonials, weight loss, weight gain testimonials. That's the stuff that builds your business. And if you decide, if you really want to do this and you are really wanting to take the opportunity full time, you have to say, okay, listen, there's no event around me, so I have to create one. Or there is an event, so I'm going to intentionally every single month have at least one new person. At least. This past weekend was the first time since 2014 that I had 3 brand new people at different STSs throughout the country. Brand new. And guess what? That's new blood. I can't ever get to a millionaire team, and somebody underneath me can't ever get to global expansion team with the team you have right now, because if you were able to, you'd already be there. You need new. You always need new. The people you got now are going to do what they're going to do, but you always want to add new to it. Don't y'all like getting them PayPals that say you just got some money? Just got $120, y'all, on the call while I'm giving nuggets. Giving nuggets, get nuggets. Oh, what a day. That's a good one. Giving nuggets, getting nuggets. I like nuggets. But this is, I'm telling you guys, if you don't remember anything from this, the most important thing, build through events. Be adamant about being a part of production. Kylie texted me. I almost crashed my car with excitement because she was like, I'm going to be a part of production. They asked me to be. We're going to do this. You live a million miles away from this, but you want to be a part of production. That shows me somebody who is in Herbalife forever. Just like when Brittany said she's guest speaking on stage. You want to know how long I've been waiting for somebody to get a section on stage? Y'all want to know how many sections in STS that I've done? Oh, somebody got to want. I know somebody's going to do this. Somebody's going to want to be the first person to step outside and get on stage. And it's exciting to see all of it happening at the same time. There are people that are excited to be a part and give back. And I promise you, the craziest thing was said on stage today. And I think that's the core of what I want to talk about today. And it's finding your replacement. Because everybody wants to be the superstar and nobody wants to create superstars. And the craziest thing is, like, when I sit back and think about it, it's like it is a me business at first. We do say, I gotta do volume, I gotta do 5K, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. It's that kind of attitude at first, but we don't even realize you could be booming if you bring people along with you. Replace yourself. Make your position attractive. You want to know why we were posting checks? You want to know why y'all are all of a sudden seeing all these checks and incomes online now? You want to know why? Because people want to make their position attractive. Whether you made $50 last month, $500, or $5,000, somebody needs what you have. There's somebody out there that doesn't have an opportunity in the world to gain anything extra to live paycheck to paycheck, and an extra $100 a month will probably change their entire life. But because you're not 100% like satisfied with the fact that you only made an extra $100, you won't talk about it. So how would anybody ever want to be in the position that you're in? How will you ever create a team of people to replace you? Because for you to go up, somebody got to step in that spot. Somebody got to be there. If you're trying to go to active world team, somebody got to hit world team, right? Kylie and Orlando. Somebody has to take your spot. You can't leave a spot and then nobody fill it in. It doesn't work that way. For you to grow, people beneath you have to grow. So you have to learn to make your position that you are in very attractive. Be excited you made $100. Be excited you got 5 new members. Talk about that. People should know. I'm seeing all kind of things online. Somebody may be turned off by the big check. The big check may scare people. Oh, that's only because he looks like such and such. Fine. Guess what? They may really relate to that extra $80 that you were able to make to help pay your cable bill. But you kept it in because you were like, you're maybe comparing yourself or maybe not so satisfied with exactly what you're doing. And it's like you just never exactly. There's all of these preconceived notions when it comes to why is Steven making $7,000 a month, right? They're like, he's this, he has all these followers. There's all these different things. But when they see somebody that's very common to who they are or somebody that they know, they're like, well, they're making, additional income as well. Maybe this is something that I can look into. The moral of it is you have to make where you are right now so attractive that somebody is going to see it and they're going to ask you about it and they're going to want to be a part of your organization. That's how you build a team. That's how you get new members. And y'all want to know the slickest analogy? I ain't never heard this in my life. The way he put it, and it sums all of this up. There's the analogy we know: you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, right? We know that. Our objective is to make the horse thirsty, to make the horse want to drink. Our objective is to not make the horse drink, but you got to make the horse. We on a thirst trap the horse. Make the horse want to drink the water. Make what you're doing look so good that I gotta try it. I'm telling y'all see my post turned up to a whole new level as far as everything that I'm talking about. I'm posting so much stuff, different things. And I'm talking at the same time. I'm like, it would be nice for some of my friends to join me. H3O, well, make them thirsty for the H3O. I'm pretty sure as much H3O you drink, somebody is curious about it. Somebody's thirsty for the H3O. But if you're kind of casually just kind of pushing people towards the water, but you're never even giving them a reason to want to drink in the first place, then there's no way that you're going to ever grow a business. Be overly excited about it. Make it seem like that water is the best tasting water there is. Because Herbalife really is like the best possible opportunity that you can get to have everything everything that you've ever wanted. And one thing that he ended on, he said, Herbalife is the opportunity of a lifetime. If you won't take advantage of this, you won't take advantage of anything. If you won't take advantage of a company that's only $70 to get started, you don't have to hire employees. You don't have to worry about payroll. You don't have to worry about a facility. You don't have a quota to meet every month. You can literally do, and the upside is you can do as much as you want. And if you won't take an opportunity out of something as simple as that, then then there's nothing you'll take advantage of. You literally want things handed to you then at that point. And when he said it, I was like, you know what? It's crazy. Because he was like, I wrote it exactly down. People won't miss a day at their job for anything. Like you work Monday through Friday, you won't miss a day at your job. You'll wake up complaining. You'll talk about, I'm going to call in today, but you're going to go. You're going to go to your job because that you have to go to your job. You're conditioned to say, I got to go to work. But when it comes to Herbalife, you sign up for your own business. All of a sudden, you can take days off. Then all of a sudden, it's cool to not wake up and work your business then because you become the CEO. There's no puncture. You don't have what Khalil Blakey would call that posture to give yourself an agenda every day. Herbalife is your business. You pay $70. If you pay $70 to just be, a product consumer, keep doing that. Like keep consuming products at your discount level. That is, absolutely fine. That's what you're in here for. But if you say you want to build a business and you say you want extra income and you want this to be your life and you don't have a schedule every day, imagine going to work and you don't got no schedule, nothing at work, nothing. You just at work doing nothing. You probably get fired. Well, you for sure would get fired. So that leads into his points when you're talking about time management. And the thing is, look at your day and see where you can get more time to work your business. I know some of us are actually, really good at this. We have almost the same amount, the same time throughout the day, throughout the week that we, choose to work our business. But he was begging us. He said, do not spend your time, invest your time. Because if you're spending your time, you can't get it back. Investing your time is creating more time. And I thought, wow, like what is so I asked, what is things that you spend your time doing? You spend your time watching TV. Time you can't get back. You can't sit around and watch a show for 30 minutes and then go up to the TV and ask if you can get your 30 minutes back because you didn't like it. You can't get time back. And that was not invested time, so it's wasted time. Like I see some people that I that used to be in Herbalife and they sit around, they watch TV, they talk about how bored they are and different things like that. And then when I talk to them about the business, they just don't have time. All of a sudden you don't have time, but you have time to spend your time doing things that are going to be of no value. So the craziest thing is every night I gotta get into the habit. It took me a while to get into the habit of doing this, but every single night, you guys want to know what I do? I go to my phone. Just the phone is the one thing I have in my hand all the time, and I start plugging in for the hours, like what I'm gonna do. I have a consistent one every day that says, let me just go to it. I wonder if it'll show up. It says your day. You guys can't see it, but this is like my calendar here. It says your day starts early tomorrow. There are 2 events scheduled for 6 a.m. And if I go to it, one of them is shake tea and tablets, and the other one is personal development, or it's personal development and breakfast is what my 2 things are. And after that, I just fill in my day, however my day is going to go. If you got to work until 5 o'clock, boom, cool, work until 5 o'clock. And then at 7 o'clock, start plugging in different things that you want to do to help your business. I guarantee you, if you intentionally have things that you're supposed to be doing throughout the day, you're going to find yourself more production. You're going to find yourself creating more momentum, and you're not going to find yourself just sitting on the couch complaining about not having anything to do. So create time. He also said, prioritize, be on time for everything. And he means everything. Do not disrespect yourself. And when he said, don't disrespect yourself, you know what I thought about? I thought about more than just being on time. I thought about like people that disrespect themselves, like not us in particular. I'm not talking about us, but like our friends that disrespect themselves by, going out partying, drinking all the time, and by investing their time into things that aren't yielding any benefits in their life. But then I start thinking about, what am I doing to help them? What am I doing to help my friends who are, essentially traveling down the wrong path? Like, am I giving them this? I tell you guys, I had to hit up my friends. Well, y'all know them, Rob, to two Robs. I had to hit them up. I went to the VIP suite basketball game today that I ain't pay $1 for, and I was like, why are y'all not here with me? What are you guys investing your time in? I see Rob, I see you every single day ready to get off work, hating that you got to go into work. But guess what? You're so conditioned. Some of our friends are so conditioned to living a mediocre lifestyle that that's where they're comfortable. They're comfortable because they don't have to do much, but just show up, get paid paycheck to paycheck, maybe able to buy a new pair of shoes, but they don't want to work. And guess what? I made a post today, and I don't even think y'all, if you read it, you may not even know how serious I was about being that friend that's not going to be associated with friends who are not moving forward in life. We still can be friends. We still can be family, but my life is going to be the sum total of the people who I invest my time in. So if I invest my time in people who don't really care about progressing in life, guess where I'm going to end up doing? Not progressing in life. I've lost, relationships with family members. I've lost relationship with friends. But guess what? I would much rather be a very successful person that has paved a wonderful life for my family versus being, what would they call it? Loyal. Being loyal to my friends. If I look at, it's always look at your 5 closest friends you talk to each day. How successful are they? What kind of language are they speaking? What kind of goals and vision do they have? And if you can tell yourself that the 5 closest people that you speak to on a daily basis have no ambition, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be the 6th. So create yourself a circle of people that you wouldn't mind trading places with. You never take advice from somebody you wouldn't want to trade places with. So, that was actually one of my notes I had down here. So the time management pieces, I'll post about that stuff. But he ended up, talking about, I don't know if anybody has ever heard of Dorian Andre. If you've never heard of Dorian Andre, I'll tell you guys really quick. He is a Chairman's Club member, and the only other person I've ever known to reach 50K, like aside from Enrique. So I guess he's considered like a 50K Chairman's Club member. I don't know, something crazy, but he's like one of those legendary people in Herbalife. And Nick is in his downline. So he was like, Dorian used to tell him that whenever he decided to be really serious about the Herbalife opportunity, he made a pact to himself. He says, no matter what, every day I'm going to hand out 2,000 flyers Monday through Friday. 2,000 invites, 2,000 flyers a day. And he did that every day for 3 years. And they asked him, well, first off, how the heck do you give out 2,000 flyers a day? And he said, well, sometimes I had to wake up at 5 and go to bed at midnight. But I did what I had to do every day. I did it for 3 years. because I knew it would set me up for the rest of my life. Do y'all think he regrets it? I met Dorian Andre in Hawaii. When I was out there on Herbalife vacation, he's like in the gym, and he started talking to me, asking me, about my physique and all of this stuff, to ask me where I was. And he was just telling me, like, he was talking to me like a casual person. And then I found out who he was. And I was like, this dude just is out here just enjoying life. A 50K, first off, 50K means you're in high production. And then to be a Chairman's Club member means you have built 5 different separate lines of President's Team members. That is kind of crazy to think about. But then think about what he did to get there. 2,000 flyers a day. And some of us won't even do 5. Some of us are chilling, with a stack of flyers that we made that we just ain't giving out. Some of us are just hoping and wishing that somebody's going to ask us about Herbalife every day. Like, I hope somebody asks me about it today. I'll talk to them about it, but I ain't going to go talk to nobody. I'm scared. Guess what? Every single person that you see that are Get Team, Meal Team, Press Team, they're all still scared to do face-to-face. Everybody is. They're all still scared of what somebody's response. It's a human nature. For whatever reason, we're just conditioned to be scared to do something that we're not used to doing. But what's the worst you can ever get from talking to somebody? No, I'm not interested. All right. Y'all think the Girl Scout people will be out here just mad that people don't want to buy a box of cookies? They expect a bunch of no's. But guess what? They have a product that people want. So that gives them the confidence to talk to everybody because they know somebody going to buy it. So why not have the same confidence in Herbalife? Do y'all not know that in the U.S., every 2 out of 3 people is overweight? That's some job security for you. We're going to have a job for a long time. Because every 2 out of 3 people is statistically overweight. So that person that you didn't talk to, they didn't even know what you had to offer. Because 1, you might not have been branded. 2, you might not even have mentioned or said anything. Why not be like the Girl Scouts cookies? Make what you have so desirable that you don't even care if people tell you no. Because you believe so highly, in your product that it works, that no matter what, hey, I got what people need. You think people don't need us? The number 1 nutrition company in the world and an $8 billion opportunity. I'll tell you guys this. And this is, more on a personal level. Hold on, because Kylie in here dropping all kind of notes. I keep having to check and see what she say. I'll be having to look at what she got to say. We don't give everybody a chance after to give extra tidbits and whatnot. But I'll tell you guys this on a very, very extremely personal note, right? Okay. 3 years ago, this is March. So I was sitting in my home, and I had about $47 in my account in Racine, Wisconsin. And I had made a decision to change my life. This is what I said. I'm going to bet on myself. I'm going to bet on the fact that I can work hard enough to make it somewhere. So I packed up everything in my 2003 Chevy Impala with 180,000 miles on it. Me and my friend Robert Easterling drove 32 hours across the country by ourselves and ended up in a city that is statistically, well, y'all know San Bernardino now for the shootings, but it's statistically one of the absolute worst places to be in America. And we didn't know that at the time. We were looking for cheap income, like low income housing, and things got rough for us, right? And we ended up living in like these project apartments, and my job had cut my hours. They didn't transfer me like they said I was, and Rob couldn't find a job. So guess what we did? We had dreams and aspirations of open up a gym, and everybody has aspirations and dreams of what they want to do, but not everybody acts on them. We acted on it. And we, after a few weeks we're like, we may have made the biggest mistake of our lives moving out, not being ready. But you want to know one thing? If you wait your entire life till you're ready, you're never going to be ready. If you sit there and tiptoe like Brittany talked about, jumping in the business, if you tiptoe around your dreams and don't never just dive in and go for them, you ain't never going to achieve them. Because there's never the perfect time. You have to make the perfect time. Every second of the day is the perfect time. It's just when you decide to stop allowing there's an inner wolf inside of us. I want you guys to know this, right? There's an inner wolf inside of us. And we have to feed it. Or we choose to feed it. One is a fearful wolf, a wolf that won't say anything, a wolf that's scared, and a wolf that holds on to his dreams. And there's another wolf that's waiting to get out that wants to attack his dreams. Which one are you feeding the most? A lot of us are feeding the one that's just the fear. I want to sit back and comfort. My life is like boring. I don't, have a lot going on. I don't have a lot in my bank account, but I'm comfortable. And then we get 60, 70 years old. You ever talk to old people and they always talk about how they wish they would have done some stuff when they was younger? All the time. I wish I would have did that when I was your age. So my granny always say, I wish I would have been wish I would have been working out like you when I was younger. I wouldn't, my fingers, like all this stuff, like it's so crazy. We are slowly, some of us are just slowly killing ourselves off, but we don't even realize it because it's just comfortable for us. And all of a sudden you're going to wake up one day and your life has passed you by and you still tiptoeing in the pool. You still ain't dived in. What's the worst that can happen if you dive in? Oh, well, I went after my dreams. I didn't accomplish it. I'm right back where I started. But at least you gave an effort. So I'll tell you guys, when I made that decision, and one day when I was at my lowest, I remember I had $32 in my bank account because I just paid rent. My food stamp card got taken away from me for whatever reason. So I didn't have very much money at all, right? And I went to the library because I was like, well, I have a college degree. Let me just get a job that I don't want to get so I can at least be able to fund my dreams. And when I was in the library is when I met my Herbalife sponsor. And I took the opportunity when he actually showed me that it was real opportunity, and I took it out of a necessity to survive. And somehow we had these Educators Credit Union. If y'all know anything about credit union, Educators Credit Union in Wisconsin, we have like the points for perks. And somehow somebody just randomly messaged us the day after we met our sponsor. Like, oh, y'all check y'all points for perks. They give I got like $72 or something like that. We're back on my points for perks. And I was like, it must be a sign that I need to sign up for this business because this was money I wasn't going to have anyways. Signed up. Rob lost some crazy weight in his first week. In my first month, I made $1,100 because I had to. My first check in Herbalife was in July. I posted it today. It was $500. And then to fast forward, I was sitting down. I had to call Super and Terrence last night, and I had to just look at, like to be able to earn over $7,000 because I decided to chase my dreams. Y'all want to know what y'all want to know what I was about to do? I'll still be sitting at home in Southeast Wisconsin right now, not doing anything but going to work and being what they told me that we're supposed to be. Just regular old people living regular lives, hating on each other, not pushing each other towards greatness, and just existing. There's far too many people existing. I remember listening to some personal development, and they were saying that the graveyard is I know y'all probably heard this before. I think it was Jim Rohn that said it. The graveyard is probably one of the places that has the most dreams that have, like the most genius place in the world is probably the graveyard, full of people who have lived and died and did not live up to their potential. There's probably so many inventions and things that people who did not chase their dreams. It's probably so many millionaires that never made it millionaires in the graveyard because people chose not to follow their dreams. Why did people not follow their dreams? Well, maybe somebody's going to make fun of them for doing Herbalife. Or maybe somebody thinks it's not cool. Or maybe your surroundings say it's not cool to be a positive person. Working out too much. Why are you so happy? How many times somebody asked you, why are you so happy? Why are you guys so happy all the time? Am I supposed to be sad? Is that the norm? Is that what I'm supposed to live like? When you walk in a room full of Herbalife people, you will understand that the world is not what you think it is. It's not what they have us conditioned to think it is. You don't have to be what your surroundings say that you should be. And I think it's amazing that I have so many people from where I came from, because I'm just talking to y'all, letting y'all know you don't got to be what the statistics say we're supposed to be. Regular. Surviving, 9 to 5, just getting by. You don't have to do that. But if you fix your lips to say that I want to change my life, trust and believe, you have to do it. It's work. Ask the successful people in this business how much work that they put in Herbalife. I know Kylie in Orlando got full-time jobs. And I know Kylie, the other Kylie, what we call her? K-Square. I know she has, I don't know when the girl sleeps. I don't know when she goes to sleep. I don't know. She's always up. And I check people's Snapchats. I be seeing Brittany with all these extravagant, I don't even really know how to describe some of the stuff she be making. But she's always creating something, and there's Herbalife always in the picture. These are the people you want to look at and say, okay, these are the successful people. Let me model my day-to-day actions after what they do. You're never going to see them unbranded. You're never really going to see them not talking about Herbalife. You're never really going to see them being negative. You're never going to see them falter because guess what? We are chasing our dreams. Some of you all can't see it right now. But this is what I do it for. I'm trying to find my replacement. But who's ready to take over what I do? Who's ready to step into a global expansion team, a 2.5 global expansion team role as a leader in this company? Don't you put your hand up all slow like that. You better know it. You better know it. Because let me tell you guys this. People laughed at me in Racine, Wisconsin, when I was having fit camps. People laughed at me, made statuses about me, like did all these guys think they're superheroes. All of these things, right? Guess what I did? Went back to the city that I'm from, bought a brand new Mercedes, drove it around the town, and then left. Oh, that's what he can do with Herbalife? Guess what I'm going to do when I get ready to buy my Range Rover? Guess what I'm going to buy it? I don't like making that 30-hour drive, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go to Chicago or somewhere out there, buy me a Range Rover, drive it around the city of Racine with a big old Herbalife sticker on it. Oh, damn, that's what Herbalife do? So what if they laugh at you? We make more than them and look better than them. So what? People are going to laugh at you. People are going to make fun of you. But as long as you have so much conviction and knowing that what you're doing is worth it, it doesn't matter. Whether you have a whole city like, big city like, or a bigger city like Green Bay or Madison, or you in a little cubbyhole like Kylie, it don't matter. Impact is impact. So, yeah, we just bought it. I'm just going to see it. There'd be some notes in here. We just bought a vehicle. Y'all bought a new car. Why ain't nobody seen this? Questions that need answers. Because that's the kind of vision people will need to see. We're waiting for this. Oh my gosh, y'all crazy. But I'm gonna tell you guys this. I'm excited for people who show up. And I don't know who all in my front line got my email. That I'm so very serious. And it was one of my members who was still not on the call today asked me, like, I haven't heard from you all week. Guess what? You're not showing up for us, so I can't show up for you. You haven't even earned the right for me to show up for you. All I ask is things that are free. Don't beg your people to be on a call. Don't beg your people to go to an STS. Don't beg your people to do volume. I was never begged to do anything. Ask Kylie and Orlando when I ever call them about how much volume y'all gonna do. Pushing them to do volume. When Brittany was smashing 20,000, 10,000, all these, I never was like, you gonna do more, you gonna do more. It has to be something within you that says, I want to do this. I want to be great. No matter what, I'm going to figure it out. There's incentives for doing things. Absolutely. But no, listen, you cannot make anybody do anything. And if you actually try to, that's when you burn bridges. All you can do is give people options. There's been so many times where I used to post calls or I used to use streams and I used to listen, you have the option to get on if you want to. And there's a time that I start pushing people. And that's when business started to go down. Because guess what happens when you push people? They end the fall. You push them right out of the business. Our job is simple. And I'm going to tell you guys this every single week. Your job is to get a health result. Get somebody a health result. Then get them to the opportunity. That's it. Because then they make up their own mind. They know the products work because we got them a result. Now take them to the meeting and let them decide if there's something for them. I've taken people to a success training seminar in Los Angeles, the premier STS in the country, and people have decided not to do it. But then there's people who got excited. It all just depends. You have to let people make up their own mind, though. But that's why we got to get new every single month. Building a business means new people in. Shuffle them in. I'll tell you, it was funny that Kylie said, you know, the guy, the guest speaker was like, I want to have 2 new members a month. I was doing the math. I have 300 and some odd downline members. I have 62 members. I personally frontline in this business. You know what that equals out to? About 3 to 4 people a month, depending on people who dropped in and out. We'll just say about 3.5 new members every single month for 3 years. That's how you build a business. That's how you always have new blood come in. 3 to 5 every month. And if you can't get new members, guess what? Let's go back to how attractive is your business. Are people saying no because they don't want to do it? Or are people saying no because you're not even making what you do look attractive? You're miserable. You're always tired. You're always complaining about something. And even with that, we can't even really say, you know, the members that we get are going to be serious. There's been months that I have people who say that they're serious, and I was like, I can't. I'm so excited to have this person, and they don't do nothing. Never even buy a shake. So it becomes an emotional roller coaster. And then you learn to not get too excited because it's always time will tell. Time will tell whether somebody is serious or not. If somebody gets discouraged all the time, throw them some personal development. That's why I'm on Facebook all the time. I want to see how my members are talking. If they're so negative all the time, I'm going to slide them some 4 agreements, or I'm going to slide them some, whatever. I'm just going to make sure that they know that, listen, the thoughts become things. You guys saw when I thoughts, whatever you think becomes your reality. So if you're always complaining, or you're always tired, or you're always being negative, guess what's going to keep happening? The same thing, because that's all you talk about. All you talk about, oh, that's somebody that want to sign up as a new member, by the way. Y'all heard that ding? That's a new member. Anyways, the universe rewards you for the things you talk about, right? Just as I was telling you guys. You get what you think about. I can tell you right now, we got people, I'm looking at this. Look at the top of my screen, my top 4 boxes is Kylie, Brittany, and Kyle Lando. And I can tell you guys without a shadow of a doubt that by extravaganza, all of them will be either tag team or close to tag team. And no, that's just who I can see on my screen right now. I don't know if the universe put you 3 in this box right here for a reason. But I know. I'm going to tell y'all who I'm excited. I was Mariah. You better take Thomas. And y'all better go. You can see the excitement with certain people. International global expansion team. You guys can do it. We all need to change pins. I don't want to be the only person changing pins. I can't change pins that somebody else change. They want to change pins. And you can't change pins unless you get people that want to change pins. So make everything about your business attractive. I'm telling y'all, don't lose the fire that you have right now. Don't lose the inspiration that you have right now. Don't let your dreams follow you to the graveyard. Live a life of nothingness. There are far too many people living lives of nothingness. Ah, man, who mad that they got to wake up and go to work tomorrow? Then the second question is always, what are you doing to make sure that you don't got to do that no more? If the answer is nothing, then you ain't mad that you got to go to work tomorrow. Tell y'all got the opportunity. I don't tell you guys my story just to be telling you guys a success story. I'm telling you guys you have the option. If somebody says here, there's an option that costs $70, now all you got to do is show up and bring people, and you can change your life, and you don't got to have a boss no more. So the decision and the choice is always up to you, how resilient you want to be. And it's just about showing up and bringing people with you. This business is easy. So I didn't know it was already 8 o'clock. I'm telling y'all, I've been talking to myself for 3 days. 3 whole days. Full conversations. When my babysitter walked in the other day, she was like, who are you talking to? I'm like, listen, I'm talking to my future president's team organization right now. Let me live. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm sitting here thinking, y'all want to know, I got to tell y'all this because it was the last part of the conversation. It was like what made me so fired up about STS. I'm telling you guys, I've been creating my president's team speech for like a year. So every so often I get fired up and I envision myself on stage getting pen pressed in with my team right there, boom, bing, bang, boom, 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 and just going and giving this speech. And my thing is, what does money mean to me? My reason why I want to make president's team is, yes, because I want to get the check. But guess what the check means to me? And Style Bell said this, and nobody's ever said this. He says, we don't do it because we want to have a lot of money. We do it because we want options. And I'm thinking like, that is exactly how I feel. How many times you walk into the Nike store or the grocery store with only a certain amount of money and you don't have the option to get everything that you want? How many times does your mom or you see somebody crying or you got I have one of my friends from back home that I grew up with. Her mom doesn't have a headstone. She posted about it. I'm like, listen, don't worry about it. I'm going to send y'all some money for it. Not because I got it, but I have the option to do that. Why are you not creating the option for yourself to do whatever you want to do? The option to retire your mom. You may not want to do it, but you want to have the option to do this. You know, Styles said he used to walk into the Nike store and he's like, how many times you walk into the store broke and you want to buy everything? You're like, I want this, and I just ain't got the money. If I had the money, I'd get it. But then you get the money and you only walk out the store with like a shirt. But it's okay because guess what? You have the option to get anything in there if you wanted to. So when we talk about money, when we talk about high volume, when we talk about your impact, we're not talking about being bougie people that make a bunch of money. We're talking about having the option to do whatever you want to do with your life and having the time freedom to enjoy it. So why would you not give yourself the option to do that when you have it right here? Here it is. Take it and create the option to do whatever you want to do. That's why I want Millionaire Team so bad. That's why I want President Team so bad. Because I want my kids to have the option of not having to do or worry about anything for the rest of their lives. I want to give them options to go to school. I want them to know when they're in middle school that their entire college career is paid for already. Because my father gave me options. He went for the option to have whatever he wanted. So that's what that was. Styles said it. I wish I would have recorded it because it was so on point, but I know we're over on time. I got people falling asleep. I know. I just want to know give this time for anybody who had anything that they wanted to share with us before we got off here. I know Cammy looked like she about to go to sleep. Put the do-rag on, go to sleep. So if anybody had anything that they wanted to share, any questions, comments, or concerns, the chat is my chat says 16 right now, so there's a lot of conversations going on in there. So I'm not too sure what's happening, but
I have something.
Yes.
I just want to ask you. Okay, so I'm going to be doing products on Saturday, so I just want to know if you have any advice for me because this is my first time.
The thing is, when you're on stage and when you're training, don't worry about not being nervous because people are like, I don't want to be nervous. You're going to be nervous your first time because you just don't know how it is. It just happens that way. But I tell you, the thing is, just be yourself, be natural. Some people will be like intentionally try to be funny and then like it's bad jokes that are said sometimes, or people would try to be, too hype. Just be yourself, authentically speak to the people. Don't over prepare. You already know the products. Look at the slide and talk about the products. That's what I do. You want to know how many notes? I can't take relax now before I probably go sleep on stage if I take relax now. Can't do that. Might even forget what a product does. So I can't take no sleep now, Leslie. But what I'm telling you, I literally I will write out my notes that I'm going to do on my products and I won't even look at them because you already know what Rebuild does. You already know what every single product already does. So now it's just like, look at the slide and talk about it. Know your slides and just like, boom, bing, bop, boop, boop, bop, bing, bop, boop, boop. Shoot it. I'm the king of products because I already know what everything does.
Yeah.
You're going to be fine because you like make all these products with like cocktails and stuff. I don't know how you do it, but like you're going to be good. And it's going to be exciting to hear, the outcome of that.
I'm excited.
Bing bow. Anybody else or anything they want to share?
Yeah, I just want to say I'm thankful for the opportunity. I've been looking at Herbalife for a while now, but actually joining and becoming a part of the team it's amazing. It's so much positive. Everybody's so positive, and I think that's what I need right now. I want to go to the next level quick.
It ain't even no want, brother. If you want it, just go get it.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to the next level. Let's say it like that.
Just go get it. Because you want to know, when I came to this business, young boy, they told me I can go as fast as I wanted to go. And you know what I did? I went fast. Because there is nobody that's going to tell you that you're going too fast. And you know what's crazy right now? I think you can say more words on this card than we ever got from Mariah, ever. So I'm glad she got a downline that talks. She be in there looking all cute in the corner like, no, I don't have anything to say. Not today.
So honestly, even just directly to you, like I remember coming to you you and Rob a long time ago. I was bouncing the ideas off of both you and Rob. And me and you talked a few times. Me and Rob talked a few times. And I just never was sold. And then Mariah came along, and it was like, okay, well, obviously, Steven, you now look like an action figure. So that kind of was like, okay, boom, now somebody doing something right here. And then I'm like, okay, well, they making some money in this, and I know it got to be something to it, you know. Like, you can't just sit here and work at your 9-to-5 job 24/7. It has to be financial freedom somewhere. And I kept looking at you two, and I'm like, okay, now Rob lost a lot of weight. I'm like, okay, I forget it. I'm gonna just jump in and do it. I just had to jump in and do it, and I'm glad I did.
Y'all about to take off. I'm excited to see new songs, everything, new blood, new conversations, new excitement. Who else gonna have a new person on the call next time that's gonna unmute themselves without me having to ask them, and they're gonna contribute to the call? I'm not. We all. Hey, let me to screenshot that being bow. I'm telling y'all, it's important to get somebody excited about doing this. Because now I get tagged in all these posts, 3-day trials. He getting everybody on 3-day trials. But it's good to see. So anybody else, anything else before we get off of here? What that face for, Kimmy? You don't never got nothing to say, but you got a lot to say on Snapchat.
I'm not even gonna